Hello and welcome. My name is Zafar Iqbal, and you are watching the Mojo Story. Four policemen were killed in action, and three terrorists were also gunned down in an encounter in Kathua, which is in Jammu region, and Kathua region is an infiltration prone district. You can see on that screen that's that encounter that raged on for one complete day, one full day on Thursday, and at the end of that encounter, four policemen were killed and three terrorists were also neutralized. Now, talking about, you can see there were seven other policemen who were injured, including a DSP. You can see that injured policeman being moved to the hospital. So this was an encounter that went on for one full day, uh, and security forces, the police took casualties. The Indian Army has also uh, uh, put out a tweet, and we said which gave details about that encounter and indicated about the casualties to the Jammu and Kashmir Police. Chief Minister Umar Abdullah has also uh, uh, re- re- tweeted on X, and so has uh, the Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir, paying homage and tributes to the fallen policemen of Jammu and Kashmir Police. Three policemen belonging to the Special Operation Group were killed in action in encounter, that encounter which raged on for the full day on Thursday. It first started when a team of police had a specific input about the presence of terrorists in that area. When they went uh, to that area, it's a jungle, forested area, thick canopy of trees that really made this operation slightly difficult and gave advantage to the terrorists who were hiding in those jungles. So the first group of SOG, the Special Operation Group who had that input, went to Kathua to neutralize those terrorists. And that's the time when this encounter started. There was a firefight, and afterwards, additional troops and reinforcements were brought in. Army columns also came in action, and that's the time when this encounter started. And that in that encounter, all the three terrorists have been killed, and four policemen have also been killed in action. The firefight is over now, but the operations are still ongoing. Now, to tell you something about the area, it's in Kathua, very close to the international border with Pakistan. And it's said that this was a group of terrorists who had recently infiltrated into India. Now, a large quantity of arms and ammunition have been recovered, including M4 carbine magazines and other ammunition. The mine making ammunition, explosives have been recovered by the security forces. Now, it's happened in the past also that these groups of terrorists infiltrate from the international border into India to carry out some big terror attacks. There have been multiple terror attacks in Jammu in the last few in the last couple of years. The terrorists have carried out many attacks in Jammu region using specialized equipment, sophisticated equipment, including M4 magazines and steel piercing bullets, and that has inflicted casualties on the security forces. Now, one of the reasons that security experts say that there has been a spurt in terrorism in Jammu region is that the security forces have a strong grip over Kashmir region, where many terrorists and their commanders have been eliminated in the last couple of years, and now terrorists are finding it difficult to operate in the Kashmir Valley, and that's why they're showing their presence in Jammu region. Also, it's a forested area, hilly area. This belt of Kathua, Udhampur, Riyasi, Rajouri, and Poonch, all those areas which have seen these expert in terrorism, militants, terrorists hiding in that thick canopy of forests and taking advantage of the dense canopy and then carrying out those attacks on the security forces to show their presence in those areas. But the security forces have maintained their guard. Remember, there is a multi tier security apparatus put in place at the line of control and the international border to block any attempts of infiltration. But then the infiltration attempts do continue with snow melting on the passes. The infiltration attempts are on the rise generally, but at the international border, the snow does not block some areas or at near the international border, and that's the reason that terrorists also use international border for carrying out infiltration into India to carry out those terror attacks. But the security forces have been successful in blocking those terror attacks and to prevent most of those infiltration bids from taking place. But they are encountered with multiple challenges. Like some reports indicate that this group had infiltrated by way of a tunnel. Remember, many tunnels have been unearthed by the BSF and other security forces that were used by the terrorists to carry out infiltration to move into Indian area, and it could be one of the tunnels that was used by the terrorists to enter India. Now, besides that, the other challenge that the security forces face is the weapon dropping by way of drones. Now, there have been many such drone dropping of weapons in the Jammu region. The BSF has has in fact shot down many drones. So those are multiple challenges that the security forces face. But clearly, right now, even if the firefight is over, it is the area is still being searched. Whether it was a smaller, it was a splinter group of a larger group, that's being checked. Whether there are any more terrorists who have infiltrated and are still hiding in that area. So obviously, it will take some time for the operations to conclude. But for now, the firefight has stopped. Now, a few days ago, there were some terrorists who were spotted in that area. It's not clear whether it's the same group of terrorists, but clearly the plan of terrorists is to scale up their operations in the Jammu region after facing heat in the Kashmir Valley. They are showing their presence in the Jammu region. We can see from those visuals, these are forested areas. This is an extremely tough terrain and it's very close to the international border. There have been so many encounters in these areas over the last many years, and many terrorists have been eliminated. So clearly, this is another attempt by terrorists to infiltrate from the international border and to carry out terror attacks inside India. But the security forces had a specific input about their presence. And based on that intelligence, this operation was started by the Special Operation Group of the Jammu and Kashmir Police. And later, the army and security forces also joined in. It was a joint operation. The terrorists were neutralized. They were found, and the area was cordoned off. The security forces zeroed in onto the terrorists, but since it's a tough terrain and it's a mountainous area, so they took some time for the security forces to flush out the terrorists. But the security forces also taking casualties. 4 policemen have been killed in action in that encounter, and all the 3 terrorists have been eliminated. So that's the Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, Umar Abdullah. Pride and grief intertwine as we remember Balwinder Singh Chip, Jaswant Singh, and Tariq Ahmed, who laid down their lives during an anti terror operation in Kathua. So that's the Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir expressing his condolences to their families and Jammu Kashmir Lieutenant Governor has also paid homage to the fallen policemen. That post on X. I bow to the valorous martyrs of Jammu and Kashmir Police who laid down their lives for our motherland. My deepest condolences to the families and ongoing Kathua encounter. Several terrorists were neutralized. J&K Police and security force are on the job. Operation in progress. Those are the pictures of the fallen policemen who were killed in action in that encounter in Jammu and Kashmir's Kathua district. So clearly, the security forces are faced with a multiple challenge. On one hand, they have to block the infiltration bids at the borders, at the line of control, and on the other hand, they have to track down and neutralize terrorists in the hinterland, and also at the same time face new challenge like the dropping of weapons by way of drones and the use of tunnels by the terrorists to carry out infiltration. So clearly, with changing tactics of the terrorists, the security forces and the police and the army also have to change their strategies to deal with these changing challenges in order to prevent terrorists and militants from carrying out their actions inside Jammu and Kashmir and to ensure that peace remains intact and terrorists are not able to disrupt it again. That's the update that we have on the Kathua encounter story. We'll keep updating more as we get more details. But for now, thanks so much for tuning in and for watching the Mojo story.
It's great to see you here. Thank you for watching our work. If you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to click the bell icon and subscribe to Mojo Story and support independent, robust journalism.